Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight, continuing our American Freedom Week, we are back in the Alabama. And is she not absolutely beautiful? I do love this camo on the Alabama. And I'll be real honest, I was considering taking the Massachusetts out rather than the Alabama for this one because they're basically the same ship. But the Alabama just looks sexier with this camo, so I chose Alabama. So with that being said, let's get into this fight. Now, hopefully you guys are enjoying our American Freedom Week. I have tallied up the results. And in surprise, surprise, no surprise to anybody, the Germans take next week's freedom. I don't know what we'll call it. We'll come up with. Everybody knows that the whole American Freedom Week thing is a thing that YouTubers use all the time when they want to do American things. Like Cletus McFarlane used it for American Freedom Month or something like that not too long ago. So that's what the whole thing is. But for each country, we'll come up with a different name for it. I'll try to make it interesting for everybody. But no surprise to anybody, the Germans actually win next week. So next week we will be featuring the German Tier 7s and the Legendary. Now, to look forward to what we have for the... Oh my god, that looks beautiful. Pow! We get them right off the bat. 30,000 damage in the first salvo. Thank you, Alabama. It's a shame we didn't get more, but, I mean, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. And he immediately turns away. You notice that when I fire at people broadside, I don't stay broadside. I fire the shot and I start angling out. Why? Because then I'm going to light up and they're going to take a shot at me, and then that's what's going to happen. They're going to get nothing out of it. Worst case scenario, they hit me with a couple shells, get a penetration, maybe overpins, but they literally get nothing. Now, we lose a Miyoko right off the bat, like literally immediately down a ship. So we are going to be in a fight to win this one. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be one of those matches that the team is going to do frustrating but also good things at the same time. We're going to have a heck of a fight on our hands, so hopefully you guys are ready. Now we're going to take another shot here at the Bismarck. We've got a nice, beautiful, angled Bismarck. It's not going to be likely to get citadels at this angle. However, we should be able to hit a superstructure, get some decent penetrations, and we do, taking us from 31 up to 40,000 damage, so a total of over 9,000 damage done. It's over 9,000! Oh, sorry. Dragon Ball Z came in. Can't help myself. Can't help myself. But we see the Belfast out there, and right off the bat, the Belfast has my undivided attention. Why? Because he's a fire spammer, and I freaking hate fire spammers. So we take a fire, like a blind shot, into the smoke, figuring, well, he just got unspotted. He probably isn't going to be paying attention. And sure enough, he's very lucky not to be removed from this planet. He takes 3 hits that time, 2 overpins and 1 penetration. So very lucky for him to not just be absolutely removed. But, you know, is what it is. Now, we have a Massachusetts who is sailing broadside on to God and everybody, but most importantly me. And so I'm going to sneak around the corner until the mountain icon disappears so that I know I have a clear shot. And we are going to reach out and touch this man. Wait for it. Pow! Dropping another bomb for 22,000 damage. Absolutely wrecking the man. But if you're going to sail around broadside an American battleship, well, any battleship nowadays, but mostly American and Russian battleships, you're going to get absolutely punished for it. And so we're just doing a public service over here, you know, just making sure that people remember that you're supposed to be using your armor, not just sitting there broadside like a potato. Now then the Bismarck, not to be outdone, is going to showcase the weakness of the Bismarck at close range. We get 16,000 damage done there. Notice where I was aiming. The Bismarck and the Tirpitz both have the exact same weakness in the front that is very, very similar to the Yamato, or the Yamato. And so we like to try to get involved with that as quickly. You can see where I'm aiming, right between the 2 turrets, right there in the cheek armor where the belt armor starts. That's where I'm aiming. And if he's angled sufficiently, pow, we can get a lot of damage. Even if we're not getting... I was certain that I was going to citadel him there. You can citadel a Bismarck by aiming in this area. He's got to be at the right angle, though. And unfortunately, we weren't able to citadel him there, but we have stacked up a lot of damage on him. I mean, we've hit him for almost 20,000 damage with 2 salvos, both times hitting him for almost 20,000. We get another fire with the secondaries because American secondaries are just better than Germans. Germans reach out further, but if you're in close enough range to be hit with American secondaries, you're going to find out that the American secondaries don't mess around. They set fires, they're accurate, and they fire quickly. Well, not that quickly, but they do mess you up. And I've gotten a lot of close quarters kills with any American ships, whether it be my American cruisers, my American battleships. Like, I get a lot of close quarters kills with the secondaries if people get up close into range. They don't mess around. Now, unfortunately, the Belfast has dropped away. We weren't able to take him out. He's ran away. And he's going to position himself in such a place to be able to hit me from where I can't see him. And that is what we call not preferable. So I am playing to survive this battle. I am also playing to try to get rid of the biggest threats. Now, Odin is obviously a bigger threat to me than the Lion. The Lion has 16 guns, can fire French magic bullets, and is very good with HE as well. However, it's not a big threat to me. It can be, but at this angle, he's not going to do a whole lot to me with AP. Now, you can see we're starting to get set on fire by the Belfast over there, which is not good. But Leon then decides he's going to rush out in front of me, broadside on, so I can't pass up this opportunity. Odin is parked behind an island, so I don't have to worry about him torping me, so this makes the Leon the bigger threat and a target of opportunity. And we reach out and absolutely punch him in the mouth for about 15,000 damage. I believe we got a 5,000-ish penetration and then a 10,000-ish penetrations. So we ended up with about anywhere from 10 to 15,000 damage in that salvo on the Leon. Needless to say, he felt it. Now here we're going to try to be like throwing off the aim of the Belfast. Odin now makes himself available, which is perfect timing because I just got loaded. And so we're going to reach out and touch him as well. However, we're not going to get the result that we were looking for. In true Spartan fashion, we managed to leave him with just enough health to get away. And because those two guys are close enough, I'm going to assume Odin has will to rebuild because he goes all the way back up to having decent health. Now, he could have had a heal ready, but I'm just going to assume that Odin is running will to rebuild. It just seems like he is because it was immediate. The only reason that he didn't die right there is because of will to rebuild, in my personal opinion. I could be wrong. But he comes back out around the next corner. We take the shot, not guaranteed to get any hits, but hoping that we get something off the man. And sure enough, we do get a couple hits, but one was a ricochet, the other was an overpin, so not a whole lot of damage. What I'm hoping for is that these guys come out from behind that island. So I'm leaving myself angled sufficiently. I'm trying to get closer to the rock to my left to keep this stupid Belfast. And I'm getting pretty lucky with the RNG that the Belfast has not set me on fire multiple times at this point. But I'm trying to stay angled, giving these guys a chance. You know, sometimes you just got to bait people out. There's a fire. We go ahead and put that out because we only have 16,000 hit points. We don't have another heal, and nobody's near us to use for will to rebuild. So we're on our own, basically. Our entire team is moving in, but we are very much on our own at the moment. And while we are at 147,000 damage done, we still have a long ways to go to finish these guys off. So we're going to be looking to take these guys out. Odin, not quite giving me a good angle. However, Leon is. So we're going to reach out, touch the Leon, try to get him off the board. And surely this time, he's going to go down. And he does. Now, Odin no longer gets his will to rebuild, so now he's going to be taking significant damage, not only from me, but my teammates. And we're going to fire the rear turret of justice at the man, trying to get that superstructure hit, and somehow we managed to miss completely. We looked to our left because that Iowa was broadside, thinking we were going to get a nice juicy hit, and then the Odin does the unthinkable. Goes broadside on in front of me. Now, I may have fired this shot a little prematurely, but we do still get 10,000 damage off of him, taking us up to 159,000 damage done. But we're trying to swing the rear to get that rear turret of justice. Are we going to be able to get the kill? Come on, baby! No! No, of course not. In true Spartan fashion, we got to leave him with just enough for somebody else to finish the kill. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This was a doozy of a battle. It was one of those where I come over to help and then everybody runs away from me. But in the end, the team comes back, wins their side, and manages to help me out at the very end. And we survived the battle, getting a bunch of promotion orders from the thing in the process. 161,000 damage done, 2 kills, Confederate high caliber, and a dreadnought. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.